finally watched Avatar: The Way of Water. And I watched it in the way that I wanted to, which is at home in the comfort of my own bed. So I'm fine to wait if that's, again, this movie was over 3 hours long. Like, no. But this movie was incredible. Like, like, it just was. Like, it really was good. Like, I can't even hate on it. Like, I really can't. Like, it deserves the box office. It absolutely deserved the Oscar nominations. Like, it just did, because it was so good. I remember when I saw Avatar the first time, I went to the movie theater and I saw that like multiple times because I thought it was incredible. Like, I've never seen anything. Well, most of us had never seen anything like that before. The story is really simple. It's like a dad just trying to protect his family. But what they're able to accomplish, just technically, I don't know. Like, I don't know how you do it, because I was watching the behind the scenes footage of it, and they're just like in little gray onesies with dots all over their face, running around like an empty warehouse. And yet, when you watch the movie, it's like, how were you even able to like mentally visualize what you were doing as an actor? I have no idea how they were able to do it. Like stunt people, incredible, on another level. Like, they were the ones who were really doing like the scenes in the water. Some of the child actors weren't that good, I'll be honest. Like, some of them weren't that great. But in terms of all the adults, they did a phenomenal job. Sigourney Weaver plays a teenager in this, and she was phenomenal. Like, her character is the best character in the movie. She was absolutely wonderful in it. Like, Sigourney Weaver, as old as she is, was able to play a 13-year-old girl flawlessly. Like, Zoe Saldana didn't have much to do. She kind of cried all the time, but even though she was crying, she was still amazing. James Cameron still got it. Like, I can't even be mad at him.
I have a question though. You mentioned Zoe Saldana's character, and it just seems like two back-to-back movies where her role is diminished. Particularly more so, I think. Well, this Guardians of the Galaxy was out of the original creative team's control, but with this movie, I've heard where she just turns into a pregnant woman who kind of just cries all the time. How was that really a thing that you noticed in the movie?
She was
Yeah,
only pregnant for like a minute of the movie.
yeah.
And she does cry a lot. But also, when you see the crying in the context of like what's happening, it all makes sense. It's not like she's just like a weeping willow. Like, that's not what the situation is either.
Yeah.
Like, all of the situations in which she is very emotional calls for her to be very emotional. And she does still fight very strongly and very fiercely in this movie. I think her role, both of their roles are being parents. Like, that's their main identity, is she is Mama Bear. She's gonna make sure everybody's okay. Like, that's her thing. But I think what actually is going on is that the reason why she's not as big as a part in this movie, this is what I'm assuming, is because the focus is actually shifting more to the children, not to Jake and Neytiri.
Okay.
So I think that's the reason why they're kind of slowly being phased out, because it's really the kids, and actually most of the movie you're spending time with the kids, not really with the parents. So that's why they're not playing as much of a role, because I think the next movie, I don't know how many movies he's planning, like 3 or 4, I'm not sure, but I know there's another one after this one, and it's going to be more focused on them. So that's probably why
Okay. I was
that's
wondering because
planned.
I've heard people like express the sentiment that of her character being reduced. But of course, people have piss poor media literacy, so they just didn't really associate her being a parent with other responsibilities.
Maybe they didn't know about the other movie that was being planned.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have the context to make the judgment, but they
Hmm.
just made the judgment anyways. That's probably what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's on HBO. Oh, it's not HBO Max anymore. It's Max.
Oh, the name
It's on
change.
there, so you can watch it on there. It's on Disney Plus as well.
Do you like that clip? Well, you can listen to the entire podcast because the 16mm Film Crew podcast is available on all major podcast platforms.